Hi guys, welcome back to today's class, day 6 of the Kids Coding Fest. So today we are going to talk about billboard and web banners, right? So the first thing we are going to talk about today is the goal for the day. As you all know, every day we have a goal that we need to achieve. So the first goal for today is to understand the purpose and features of billboards and websites, and to learn the principles of effective billboard and website design, and to practice creating engaging billboards. So this is the 3 goals that we have for today. So now, moving on, let's get to understand what billboard is, right? So a billboard is a large outdoor advertisement used to grab attention quickly, usually for a brand, event, or product. So like we said here, a billboard is a large door advertisement. So most of the times billboards are seen outside, not indoors, right? Outside, like we said here, large outdoor advertisement. And then it's usually big, that whenever people are passing, like they can see it, right? So now, looking at my screen right now, this is how a billboard looks like. This is what a billboard looks like. So if you look at this billboard, it's very big, right? It's very, very big. And this billboard here is advertising Pepsi. Do you understand? So assuming now you are passing on the road, right? You are passing and you see, you want to look at this billboard and be like, what is this? Do you understand? So it's attention grabbing, right? Once people are passing at that particular place where that billboard is, they will see it. Do you understand? So now, where do we see this billboard? Where do we see them? So firstly, we see them on highways or roadsides. So when you are in a car or a bus traveling on a big road, you might see very large posters standing by the side. I don't know if you have seen one. But then look at this picture we have here. So we have a picture. This is a billboard, right? Billboard, like, they can be different shapes. Do you understand? So this is an example of a billboard that we have here. If you look at this picture, you can see that this billboard is on the road. You understand? By the side of the road. And then anybody that is passing through this road, right, will definitely see this billboard that is right here. And this billboard right here is advertising ice cream. Do you understand? And then if you look at the colors used here, it's very catchy, right? So now let's move on to the next one. So we can see billboards on buildings in the city. Yes, in busy places like markets or city centers, you might see big signs on the walls of tall buildings. So most of the times we can see billboards on the buildings, right? So like now in this picture that we have here, you can see that the billboard right here is on this building. This billboard here is advertising YouTube. Do you understand? So we can't only see it on the roadside, we can also see it on the buildings, right? So now we can see billboard again near schools or bus stops. So some billboards are placed near schools or bus stops where many children, parents, or people gather. So most of the times, you know, we can see these billboards in bus stop, right? You see them advertising something in the bus stop because people pass here. Do you understand? So now, one thing you will get to understand in where we can see this billboard is that we can see billboard mostly where people pass, right? Wherever you can see people, they are mostly the places where we see billboard, because like we say, it's for advertisement, a large door advertisement, right? So we are advertising something we want people to know and buy from us or know about, right? So you can see, we see them on buildings, you see them near school or bus stop, roadsides. Do you understand? So you can tell that everywhere we mentioned, people are there. Do you understand? So this is to tell you that billboards are majorly used, right, for advertisements. So now let's look at the purpose of billboard. So billboards are designed to grab attention and deliver a clear message in just a few seconds. So basically, this is not even only about billboard, right? In every design that you are making, right, you should have attention grabbing that when people see it, they can, like when people are passing, they can easily see it, right? And then it's not just about them seeing it, right? When they see it, they should be able to get the message that is behind that design, the message they are trying to pass. Do you understand? So one of the purpose of billboard, right, is that it is designed to grab attention and then deliver a clear message just in few seconds. So what are these billboards? What are they used for, right? Because we have looked at where we can see them, the purpose of it. So let's now know what it is used for. So it is used to promote products, right? To promote things like food, clothes, games, or drinks. So if you look at this billboard here, you can see that this billboard right here is promoting McDonald's a burger. Do you understand? So now anybody that is passing around here would obviously see this billboard. Do you understand? So they are promoting a product. What are they promoting? They are promoting food. In this case, in this picture, they are promoting food, right? So now we also use it in promoting events or programs. So to invite people to something fun or important, right? We can use billboard to invite people, to tell people about an event, right, that is going to take place, or a program. If you look at the picture of the billboard we have here, this billboard is advertising a festival, California Strawberry Festival. If you look at the billboard again, you will see that it has a date, right, and the location. Do you understand? So now you see that you're not just looking at it, but then it has a message for us. All the information we need to know about the festival is on this billboard. Do you understand? So we use billboard to promote events or programs. Now, another thing we use billboard for is advertising schools or classes. And we can use billboard to tell parents about schools or after school program. The billboard that we have here is talking about school admission. So in this case, they are trying to tell people that, oh, their school is open for admission, right? You can come and register. Do you get? So you see how they have used billboard to advertise and tell people that they are open for admission. Do you understand? The number you need to call is here. The link website is here. Everything you need to know. And they're even telling you they have 20% off. Do you understand? So now, one thing I want you guys to understand that is that whenever you look at billboard or designs, most designs, right, they always have an information to give. Do you understand? So when you are designing, have it in your mind, right, that, oh, what message am I trying to pass to people, because it's very important. So now we have seen how billboards are designed to grab attention outdoors, big, bold, easy to read from far away. Now let's move on from roads to screen. So web banners are just like mini posters, but they live on websites and apps. So now we are going to talking about billboards, right? So we are going to talk about websites. So what is a web banner, right? So a web banner is a graphics, right, that you see on websites or social media that shares a message online. It is like a small poster on your screen. So like we say, billboards are outdoor, right? But then for web banners, right, they are inside, indoors, right? It's something you can see on your website, on app, online. Do you understand? Unlike billboards that we can see outside. I don't know if you guys understand. Then now, imagine it like the sign above a shop door. It catches your eyes and tells you something important. Now we have a website here, right? And we have a design right here. So if you look at this Jumia website here, they are trying to tell us, oh, if you look at it, they're trying to tell us they have free delivery. And this free delivery is only in Lagos and Abuja. Do you understand? So once you open the Jumia, this is the first thing that you will see. That was when they run this free delivery, not now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, look at another example of a web banner, right? This is advertising a winter big sale, 50% off. You understand? So it's similar to billboard. They are basically the same thing, right? But then the difference is just that one is indoor and the other one is outdoor. And which one is outdoor? The billboard is outdoor, while the web banner is indoor. Do you guys understand? So now that we have known the difference between this web banner and billboard, now let's look at what this website banner is used for, right? So now it's used to share important message. Banner tells you what's going on, like a sale or a new product, right? If you look at the picture that we have right here, you can see this McDonald's advertisement again, right? This is their web banner, right? So they're advertising 25% off. You understand? So once you open their website, this is the first thing that you're going to see as of when they were still running the discount. Do you understand? So they use it to share a message. What message are they sharing? They are telling people that they are running a 25% discount. So web banners can be used, right? They are used to share important messages such as like a sale, right? Or a new product, right? So now, they can also be used to make the website look organized. So without a banner, website might look plain or confusing. Do you understand? A banner helps organize the top part of the page and show the main idea right away. It gives the website a nice and a clean look. Basically, what this is trying to tell us is that without web banners, right, websites will basically look boring. Do you understand? It will look boring. So think of it as a front cover of a book. It tells you what is inside. So we're back to another Jumia app, right? So if you, this Jumia website now, if you open it, this is what is there, right? Flash sale, everyday deals you don't want to miss. Do you understand? So this looks like the cover of their website, because immediately you open their website, this is what you see. So it makes the website less boring. Imagine you don't see all this where you open it, you only see text messages, you only see the letters, right? The sales, no design, nothing. Obviously it's going to be very boring. You get? So we can also use it to show buttons like sign up or learn more. Many banners have a call to action, right? CTA, a button that tells you what to do. This button helps you click or go to another page. For example, a banner with a button that says learn more. So this is Minicraft's page, right? Their website. And you see, this is a web banner. And it tells you learn more, always been crafting, right? So it tells you learn more. Do you understand? And all this make your website to be fun, right? Now that we have discussed about billboards and website banners, let us move on to the practical task, right? Where we'll be designing a fun billboard for Kids Day Out. So now, I don't want to bore you guys with long talks, right? Because I've noticed that one of the things you guys like doing, the class that you enjoy, the part of the class that you enjoy most, right, is the practical part. So now, let's go and open our Canva and do some designs, right? So let's make this Kids Day Out billboard. So you're going to make this billboard, right? You're going to make this. So I know you guys are going to have so much fun making this with me. So go and open your Canva, right? Let's make this billboard right here. But before we do that, right, let me just give you guys a rundown step on how we are going to achieve this, so that when we start designing it, right, it won't be too difficult to understand. So first, steps to design our Kids Day Out billboard, right? So the first step is to create a new design. As you guys know by now, that the first step we always take whenever we are creating a design is to create a new design, which is our document size, right? So to do this, when you open your Canva, right, you click on create a new design and search for banner landscape, because that is the document size that we'll be using for this design, right? So the step 2 is to add a background. Click on elements and search for abstract shape seamless pattern. Once you search for this, you will see so many designs, right? But then most of those ones here that has this crown is not for free, as we all know now, unless you paid for your Canva, unless you're using Canva Pro, right? So now we're going to use this particular one right here. So you get it, then The next thing you're going to do is to duplicate the background. Duplicate the background pattern into tray by pressing Ctrl G and cover the background. That's our document size. So cover it up like this. So after that, right, the next thing you're going to do is to insert a white rectangle, right? So to do that, you go to tools, then you click on shapes, get a white rectangle like mine, and then place it in the center, just like I did. Do you understand? You guys are still going to see all the steps, right? I'm just trying to show you guys the step first before we start designing. So the next step you're going to do is to add the characters, right? So to add the characters, we come here to element, you click on element and search for cartoon surprise boy, right? There are so many cartoons here, right? But I use this particular one. Remember, you are always free to use any one that you like. It's not a must that you must use the exact image that I use, but for me, I use this particular boy right here, right? So the next step again is to go to element again and search for a cartoon excited girl, because we put two images right here. So once you have done that, then you place them very well, just like I placed mine. Then the next step you're going to do is to insert the title text. So you go to text and click on add a text box, right? Then change the font to this font known as wedges, right? And the size to 280. Do you understand? Text, then add a text box, change the font right here, and then the size of the font right here, right? Then the next thing again you're going to do is to duplicate the text by pressing Ctrl D. Change it to day out. So you just duplicate the first text, then you change it to day out, right? And then change the color, the two colors, right? Remember, you're also free to use your own colors, right? You can try and experiment with colors. So now the next step is for us to add the event info. That's the event information. So to do that again, we go to text again and then click on add a text box and type the event info. The event info, which is the date and then the time. So after we have done that, the next thing we're also going to do, right, is to put our school name. So for mine, this is my own. So if you have your school logo, you can also put the logo, right? But if you don't, you just type your school name and place it right here. And then this is how we make this beautiful design right here. So now let's go to our Canva and make this design. All right. Sorry, this is taking so much time. So now, right, I have my Canva opened right here, right? So you know how we create a new document, right, a new design. So we come here, this three bar is on top of this home, right? You click on it. So once you click on it, the next thing you're going to see is create a design, right? Sorry, create a design. So we click on create a design. Then we see this. So now we search for band. Oh, I already have mine here, right? Because I've already made this design. So, but then if you don't have yours, you can just search for it here and type banner landscape, right? And then you see this. So for me, I already have mine here, so I just click here. So now we have created our document size, right? Which is the first step. We created our document size, which is the first step. So the next thing we would want to do, right, is to add a background pattern, right? That is the next thing for us to do. So to do that, we come down here to elements and then we click on elements, right? We click on elements and then we come to search and we search for abstract shapes seamless pattern. So you press enter. So in order for us to see everything that we need, right, we come here and click on this see all. This here, click on see all, right? So be able to see all the patterns. So we start searching. So we start searching by scrolling down. So you scroll down, or see it right here. I've seen it right here. So what I'm going to do is to click on this. So see, it's right here. So what do? I have to scale this, right? I have to scale this to fit this document size. So now I start scaling. So I scale it like this. So now I have this. So I have to duplicate this, right? So to duplicate it, I click on this, right? You see duplicate right here. So I click on the duplicate and now it's 2. So what do? I place it right here. So perfect. Now I have my background ready. I have my background ready. So the next step we're going to take, right, after duplicating our background is to add a white rectangle right here. We need to add a white rectangle right here. So to do that, I'll come to tools here, click on tools, then I'll come to shape, click on shape, right, and then get this rectangle that is right here. So I click and then I get it. So now I'll have to scale this rectangle, right, to the way I want. So I place it like this, right, and then make it how I want it to be. It's not supposed to touch the edge, sorry about that. So it's going to be like this. So I need to make sure that it's in the middle, right? So now I have this. Perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change the color, right? Because we want to make it to be white. We need a white rectangle. So I click on this and then I change it to white. So now I have this. All right. So now that I have gotten this, the next thing that I want to do is to add my characters, right? I need to add my character. So to add my character, I come down here to elements up here. Then I click on the element and then I remove the first one that I searched, which was for the background. So I click here to clear it and then I search for cartoon surprise background. Sorry, boy, not background. I press enter. So I also come to see all here, click on the see all. So I see every image that is being given to me, right? So see the one I want to use right here. See what I want to use. So I click on this and then see my image is right here. So I bring it and keep it where I want it to be. then I scale it a bit. Do you understand? I scale it. So now I have the first one. So the next one is to add the next step is to add the second character, right? So here in elements, because we're still in elements, we clear this like this, and then we search cartoon excited girl. Right, you search for it like this. You come down here again, click on see all, then let's search for, so see the one I want to use right here, this particular one here. So I click here and then see my image. So I scale it. By scaling, I want to make her big. Do you understand? So then I keep it here like this. So if you see, I've already gotten my image. So the next thing I would want to do, right, is to add the title that says Kids Day Out. So to do that, I come here to text, right? I click on add a text box, and then I type kids. So now I have this, right? So this is my text right here. So now I want to change the size of this text. So I come here, click on this, and change the size of my text to 280. So now I have this, right? And then I'm going to change the font. I want to change the fonts of those letters. So I come here, I click right here, and then I type wages. Right? So the font right here. So I click on it, and then now I have this. Right? So the next step is for me to duplicate this. I need to duplicate this. So duplicate it, I'll just come. If you clicked outside this thing, then you click on the font, the letter, and then you see duplicate right here. Then you duplicate it. Now I have this. So I'll place this right here. Make sure that you place it so that they will start at the same side. You know, we talked about principles in design, so make sure they are balanced, right? So I click on it, and then so that this blue color comes out. Once this blue color is out, know that you can edit your text, right? So I click on it, the blue color is out, and I write Kids Day Out. Right? So now I have this, so I place it very well. Do you understand? I place it very well. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change the colors for these two tests, right? So now I click here to change the color for the kids. Do you understand? Change the color for the kids. So now for the kids, we are going to change the color to green. And then for this day out, we are going to change the color to orange. So we click on the kids. So to change the color for fonts, you see the A that has colors under it. You click on it, and then your color palette is out. So I change the color to this. So now I'll change the color. So I click on the second text, right? And I change the color to this. So this is how I want it to be. But then if you notice, this my out is touching here, and then I don't want it to be like that, right? So I need to increase my rectangle a bit. So then I hold down my Alt key so that I'm able to increase it both sides, and it still maintains the shape. So I click, I come to the edge here, hold down my Alt key, and then I scale a bit. You get? So now I have this. Do you understand? I have this. Then I need to shift this to paper. So you see how I'm trying to make sure that my elements are placed very well. Do you understand? So now I have this, right? I have this. So the next thing that I would want to do, right, is for me to add the invent info. Now that I've added the text and changed the color, right, it's for me to add the invent info. And then to do that, I come back here to text, right, click on add a text box. Now my text is here. So the invent info is for me to type the date and then the place and the time. So I write 26th, right? I know you can't see what I'm writing. April 2025. Then the location is ShopRite Park, right? And then the time is okay at 1 p.m. Right, so I bring it down here. So now I want to make my font size, right? I want it to be 85. So I click here in font size and then I press 85, enter. You see, now I have this. But then, if you notice that now that I have this, it is now big. It's living outside. So what do I need to do? I need to reduce the font size. So I need to reduce it because I don't want it touching. Right. So now I have this, right? So the next thing for me to do is to change the font, right? I need to change the font. So I'm going to change the font to a font known as Chewy, right? So we type Chewy here, right? So this is taking long because my network is a bit slow. So now our font is here. So we click on this font. You see, now we have this. So now we have this. So let me increase the font size a bit. So now my font is now 87, right? So the next thing I would want to do, right, for this font is for me to change the color. What do I want to change the color to? To blue. So I click here and then I change it to this color, right? Now I have this. So if you look at this, you can see that our design is already coming together. So the next thing that we need to do is to add our school name, right? Or our school logo. So if your school logo is ready, if you have your school logo, you can add your school logo. But if you don't have your school logo, then you should add your school name. So for me, I have my logo right here. So I come here to uploads, right? I click on uploads. So I need to search for my logo. So now I have my logo right here. So I click on it, right? And my logo is out here. So I need to scale my logo a bit. So I scale it like this. And then here. So this is okay for me, right? Like this is okay for me. So now our banner is ready, our billboard is ready. So now we have successfully made our billboard, right? So we just made a Kids Day Out billboard. So for your project, right, I would want you guys to create the same thing that we did, right? But then just follow the step, right? Well, choose your own color. You can decide to use a different background, you know, just make something that is fine, right? A billboard that is fine. Use your creativity to make your own fun, colorful, but then follow the layers that we just used, you understand, so that it don't confuse you, right? You can change the colors or the characters if you want. So that is your mini project, and remember to submit it in the Lean School app. All right, thank you all for today. Bye. See you in my next class.